Thank you, Stephanie. Well, Kentucky's junior senator, Dr. Rand Paul, is speaking out about the possibility of changing Medicare and Medicaid. He says the proposed block grant system for Medicaid would encourage states to look for cost savings. He also thinks some changes need to be made to Medicare.
I think people like myself and others who have done well and have made a lot of money, when I retire, I should have to pay more of the cost of Medicare.
The House has passed its version of the 2012 budget. Senator Paul says he sees both positives and negatives in the bill. One thing he doesn't like is that it doesn't balance the budget until 2040. Senator John McCain is in Libya this morning to meet with the forces who want to overthrow Muammar Gaddafi. McCain is one of the strongest proponents in Congress of the U.S. military intervention in Libya. The visit is shrouded in secrecy for security reasons. McCain has defended President Obama's actions in Libya, and the senator has pushed for arming the rebel forces. That's something that has drawn controversy across the globe. And today on our web channel, WBKO.com, we're asking, do you think Donald Trump is considering a presidential run to promote his other projects? Log on with your opinion, then watch WBKO at 10 for the results. Well, Jack Conway isn't happy with Pabst Brewing Company. He says Pabst is making an alcoholic drink a little too tempting for teens. The Attorney General has joined 17 other states in asking the company to stop marketing the drink called Blast by Colt 45 toward youth. Blast is a new drink Pabst introduced earlier this month. The drink is fruit flavored, and according to Conway, it contains almost 5 servings of alcohol. Here's a bizarre story for you. In Lexington, someone is crawling under tables at a University of Kentucky library and stabbing students' feet while they study. UK police issued a crime bulletin Wednesday night after 2 people came forward claiming someone stabbed their feet with an unknown object. Campus officials say the victims were females and wearing sandals. The crime is considered an assault.
Pretty ridiculous that someone would do that. I mean, it's almost close to finals week. I'm pretty sure everyone's busy, and if you're in the library stabbing feet, I don't know what business you have in there, you know.
Ended up going to the hospital to be treated for their injuries. Police plan to watch surveillance video from the library to see if they can view the person who is accused. Well, the FDA has some advice that just may surprise you. It's telling Americans to not use hand sanitizers that claim to prevent infection from the staph bacteria known as Mesra. In a news release, the FDA says these statements are simply not true and unproven. Authorities are coming down on sanitizer makers that claim to protect you from MRSA. 4 companies are named in the press release whose products are in violation of regulations. You can find those and other information about hand sanitizers at fda.gov. And now let's talk about the battle against distracted driving. It's a huge problem, causing 450,000 injuries and 5,500 deaths each year on the nation's roads. Cell phones are a major factor, and they're implicated in almost 24,000 crashes annually. 2020 anchor Chris Cuomo takes a closer look at this battle.
A young woman in a parking lot gets T-boned. A trucker on the open road. A split-second lapse sends him across 4 lanes and into a crushing rollover. A new driver spins out on a winter day, finding a snowbank the hard way. 3 different crashes, but all have a common ingredient: a cell phone. Distracted driving causes almost 1 million accidents every year.
That's way too many, because people think they can drive safely doing this or doing this, and you can't.
And automakers aren't helping. They're loading new cars with potential distractions. TV screens, Wi-Fi, internet access. GM is even testing a new voice version of Facebook.
Best first date ever.
Distracted driving is so out of control, the DOT is sponsoring a pilot program in Syracuse, New York, and in Hartford, Connecticut. It's a simple plan: publicity blitz and tickets. Lots of tickets. Meet Syracuse Police Sergeant Joel Cardone, the texting Terminator. He's the guy you definitely don't want to meet.
Oh, there she is.
When you're driving distracted.
Cell phone.
She's texting it. Look at it, right there.
Johnny Law caught you.
Yes.
What were you doing?
I was texting while driving.
And if you still think using a cell phone while driving is no big deal, watch what happens when we take distracted drivers to this Virginia Tech test track. Did I break one, or is it just air? And that was just the beginning.
Here in Kentucky, it is illegal to text and drive as of this year. And if distracted driving wasn't enough to worry about on the road, we also have sky-high gas prices to think about. Here's one solution for you. Avoid the gas station altogether. Yes, it is possible. Here's a car that doesn't use gas at all. It's called the Nissan Leaf, and it's the only car like it on the market. It's fully electric, there's no exhaust pipe, no fuel cap door, and no ignition key.
It takes 2 seconds at home to plug it in at night. In the morning it's charged. I don't even know what the price of gas is.
Justin also says the charge only adds about $15 a month to his electric bill, or about the cost of 4 gallons of gas. The only catch, you can only drive about 100 miles on one charge. President Barack Obama is pledging to do what he can to stop price gouging. He says the Justice Department is assembling a team to investigate fraud or manipulation in the oil markets. The president discussed gas prices and mentioned Attorney General Eric Holder's new task force during a town hall in Reno yesterday. He says he wants to make sure that consumers aren't being taken advantage of in the short term. And from water-saving toilets to power-saving light bulbs, today is the day many of us think about ways to save the Earth. It's Earth Day, which is celebrated every April 22nd since 1970. Environmental groups worldwide are organizing events today to help make the planet a cleaner and safer place. And today is also one of the holiest days for Christians worldwide. Good Friday is the day Christians believe Jesus was crucified only to be resurrected 3 days later. Processions will be held in cities around the world to commemorate the suffering of Christ. The Pope will deliver his annual Good Friday Mass later today at the Vatican. Investors are off today as Wall Street powers down for Good Friday, but we're already thinking ahead to the next trading day. Callie Carlin has a preview of what to expect in the Bloomberg Market Update.
It's a quiet day here on Wall Street. The stock market is closed today in observance of Good Friday. Now, when trading resumes, investors will hit the ground running. Advanced Micro Devices will be the focus. After the closing bell Thursday, the second largest maker of processors for personal computers reported first quarter profit that beat analyst estimates, citing demand for its new chips. Also on the agenda, fresh data on new home sales and quarterly earnings report from Netflix. Taking a close look at a BP settlement, BP agreed to pay $1 billion to restore areas damaged by its oil spill, which spewed about 5 million barrels of crude into the Gulf of Mexico for 3 months last year. Regulators say the money will be used to replenish beaches, barrier islands, and damaged wetlands, and for efforts to conserve ocean habitats. That's the latest in business at the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Callie Carlin with the Bloomberg Market Update.
The Barren River Area Child Advocacy Center celebrates 10 years in business. To remember this day, the center had a ribbon cutting in honor of the remodeled facility and new equipment.
We upgraded, thanks to grants and support, we upgraded our forensic interviewing system to a new iRecord digital system. We also upgraded our colposcope system and medical equipment to a digital system in order to make sure our physicians have the very best equipment available to them when they're evaluating the children.
Long says the new equipment will enable them to help children in need. And something strange is happening to a fast food that is an American icon. I'm talking about French fries. When asked, do you want fries with that? More and more of you are saying no. Restaurants are seeing a steady decline in sales, and it's been happening for years. But why are fries losing their luster? John Berman says that he knows why.
They call this glistening golden bit of goodness French. But really, is anything more American? Could anything so inspire the appetite of Chris Farley?
Lay off me, I'm starving!
Could anything trigger the rampant theft of the Fry Guys?
Fries Guys?
There's no question we love them, but the stunning fact is we seem to love them less than we used to. Sales of frozen processed potatoes, basically French fries, are down 500 million pounds since 2007. How much is that? Well, if there are 3 potatoes in a pound and, say, 15 fries in a potato, that makes for 22.5 billion French fries. At 3 inches apiece, that could go from New York to London to see the royal wedding 308 times. All that gone from our gullets. Why? Well, many chains have moved away from the supersize. With a weak economy, we'll cut back on sides before the main course, and many eaters have moved towards healthier options, like the apples McDonald's offers. They moved 60 million pounds worth last year.
They're really good.
Wendy's is doing its best to get people back with natural cut fries with sea salt. Their sales are up 16% since December.
So these are the new fries, right?
Yes.
You making a lot of these days?
Oh, yes, yes.
And it might get even busier. Experts say with the improving economy, the fry funk will fizzle. You might say fries will fly again. John Berman, ABC News, New York.
Well, I don't know about the rest of America, but that made me pretty hungry. And let's face it, what could be better than fries dipped in ranch dressing, right? Well, there are a lot of great events planned for this weekend, but what will the weather be like for Easter? Stephanie will give you her complete forecast. That's next on Midday Live.
Darn, 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 darn.